Okay guys, so today I'm going to be doing an update of my Crested Gecko and his bioactive vivarium. So let's get straight into the video. So let's start off by looking at the plants. Over in the front left hand corner we have some Fittonia white vein, a tiny bit of Pilea spruciana Norfolk, we have some pothos there and some Chamaedorea elegans. Now this part of the enclosure doesn't seem to be growing too well. I think it's because I've got the UV bulb up here and that shines right down on them, and unfortunately it is burning these plants, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this front corner, but it isn't doing too well. Over here on the front right side of the enclosure, this is the least lit part of the enclosure, and this bit's actually doing quite well. The Boston fern there doesn't really grow, but it's not dying, so that'll do. There's a little Guzmania down there, a little purple one. The red Fittonia, the pink skeleton, you can see there, that is actually growing quite well. And I also removed a bit of pothos there, put it in water, let the roots grow, and I attach it to this wood. So this has got a bit of string holding it on, and hopefully I'm going to train it up this bit of wood, and hopefully that should look quite good. Apologies for any shakiness on this one, it's just very hard to film it. But as you can see, this Neogelia fireball, or Neogelia fireball, however you want to say it, has really blushed. It's in a kind of awkward place, so I apologise for the shakiness. But it is right under the Arcadia Jungle Dawn bulb, so it really has put on a lot of colour. Now I did do a review on the Arcadia Jungle Dawn just last week, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a little card up in the top right, but this part of the enclosure is looking really good. Taking a look at the big bract on the Guzmania bromeliad, the main one in this enclosure, you can see that the colour is starting to fade on it. It's sort of turning green instead of being red. So that does tell me that this is probably going to die soon and this will go right back. But that doesn't mean it's the end of it. It just means for a while we won't have this lovely red spike here. But we will have something else. Because again, in an awkward position is this pup. This is from this bromeliad, and it's growing up the side of the enclosure here, but it is growing at an absolute rate of knots. It's currently beating the pothos in speed, which is amazing, but it is growing well, and so that itself should have a flower spike like this in time. And usually bromeliads have 2 or 3 pups, so I'm expecting maybe a couple more off this plant before this flower goes, and then instead of having just one bract, then we will actually have 2 or 3. And of course, this won't be a very good Crested Gecko update if we didn't talk about the Crested Gecko. If you've never seen him before, this is Splat. He is a red harlequin Crested Gecko that does seem to exhibit quite a lot of other traits. He's going to turn 1 today actually, on the 8th of October, this is when I'm filming this, and he's 38 grams when I checked midweek. So that is absolutely massive, and you can tell that he is doing really well. He lives on a diet of Rapashi, Arcadia Reptigold, Arcadia Stickyfoot Gold, the odd bit of Arcadia Omnigold and Insectigold. The Arcadia Jelly Pots, he eats some of those sometimes, and insects are actually part of his main diet. But he eats absolutely fantastically. I used to feed him every day, but now I feed him every other day because as he's grown, he's stopped growing so fast and he just doesn't want to eat that often anymore. But every other day seems to do it, and he's doing really well. He does take little cycles of where he likes to sleep. Like for the past few days he's slept here, other times he's slept nestled up in the Neogelia patch, other times he's slept just underneath leaves, so it is quite interesting to try and find him each day, see where he is. You will recall that in the room tour I think I said that he wasn't so good with handling, but now I've got a different approach to handling him. Instead of handling him in his enclosure when he just tries to jump off and get on his branch and run away, I now actually take him out and hold him over a box, and instead of trying to jump and run away, he just kind of sits there and looks about. He doesn't seem stressed or anything, he just doesn't want to run off, so that is much better. But yeah, that is about it for him, and that pretty much wraps it up for this update. So I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out my other videos. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.